What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in the last video you guys saw that we were able to pull the engine out of the pure stock. Well, we have retired it to this side in the normal resting place of the 13 RSX because we were going to go get this engine pulled back into the shop so that we have a nice clean area to work on. And temporarily that thing's going to sit over there until we get this engine tore apart. Plus, you guys got a really cool video build series coming out on how to install Dickinson cages. So we're prepping the shop for that. But until then, we're gonna get this motor brought back in, get the shop cleaned back up, and start tearing into this engine and see what happens. All right, Dad, so first things first, obviously we're gonna come back tomorrow or the next day to get this thing done. But first things first is to remove the transmission off, right? So them 4 bolts will pull, the transmission just pulls out, right?
Yep.
And then you just take these bolts off around the bell housing. It'll
just take the bell housing bolts off.
Oh, so take this all together? And then once that comes off, there's a clutch and what is that big thing?
Pressure plate.
Pressure plate and all that in there, just like a front wheel drive, right?
Exactly.
All right, so then after that, obviously we'll have just the bare block, or the block. So we'll get it up on an engine stand, flip it over and start taking everything out, checking the cylinder walls, checking for cracks, stuff like that. And if it's good, do I need to probably send it to the machine shop? Or do I need to take one of my other blocks? We'll just have to figure out which one's better, huh?
See if this has been bored out.
Bored out and all that. Because that one over there is already 30 over. So.
What's the most you can have?
I don't think there's a rule on that. So. All right, well, we're going to get the shop cleaned up. We're not going to do this today, so we'll see you guys here in a minute, and we'll get to tearing this thing down. So we're back out here. What you guys doing, eating Cheetos? That's right.
Want some?
Yeah, I'll take some. Thank you, buddy. So, plans have changed big time since I last saw you guys, actually yesterday. So that tells you, hey, buddy. Thank you. That tells you how fast plans can change. So overnight, David Sandell this morning messaged me and said, hey, man, that motor that you talked about in the last video, we ended up changing our minds, come and get it. So with us going up to the Dome this weekend up to St. Louis, that's where Philip and David live, change your plans. This motor is going to David and Philip so they can build it, and I'm gonna go get theirs. That's already a complete bottom end assembly. All I'll have to do is bolt my heads on. So I'm very thankful, Mr. David Sandell, for helping me out. I really appreciate you. I'm excited, but because of that time crunch, we're leaving soon. I've got to get the transmission and all my components off of that so that I can get that block loaded up in the back of my truck before we take off. So that's the plan. You guys can see that I have major cleaned the shop. I mean, we have moved a ton of stuff, and I got everything cleaned out once the pure stock got out, pushed everything back, reorganized all my shelves. I just love when my shop is clean. So now I can get to work on this. Let's get it tore apart. correct, that should be a 15 millimeter. You think? What you think? Oh, I was close. It's a 14. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here goes nothing. One, two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five,
five,
six.
six.
Looks like that's it from this side.
You're very sad.
Yeah, I promise you I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all ready?
Nothing's happening. That's making a cold drumming beat, Dad. But
So I see some
Dad,
doubt.
chicken packets.
Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the camera.
Oh!
Oh.
I got it.
Woo! Just like a rocket. Good daddy.
Right.
Looks like a rocket ship too. Right, Dad? Yeah, pretty good on this Chicken packets.
Good job. All right, y'all ready? Now to get the water pump off. Ezra, come here. What happened? What happened? Judah took it? So I got that off, the power steering and water pump, but I'm gonna need some help with the rest because I don't want to take anything off. Like, I need to turn this thing upside down. I know it probably doesn't matter, but I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna wait on Dad to where I can lift this thing up a little bit more, and then I'll get the rest of this off, like starter, mounts, and different things like that. All right, so Dad came down and helped me. We got the rest of the components off, the clutch, the pulleys in the front, the starter, and so now we've got it up with the tractor and we're wrapping it up, getting ready to go set it over in my truck, strapping it down and head to St. Louis. So this is the last you guys will see of this down in Mississippi, and so whenever we get up to St. Louis, I'll show you guys. So we'll see y'all up in St. Louis. Okay, everybody, so fast forward 9.5, 10 hours away, 682 miles, and look where we have arrived. The famous home of Mr. David Sandell, which is Philip's dad. And I told you guys that in the first video we talked about...
I asked him if he wants to keep that.
Oh, I can keep it. In the first video, or the last video, we talked about how the deal with trading from David's motor didn't work out. Well, David, what changed? Y'all are going crate motor now, right?
Going crate motor.
Okay, so they're going crate motor, so y'all check this out. My motor's coming out of the truck, and here she is. Look at this beauty right here. Beautiful, beautiful motor, and I am excited about it. So, we're taking some of Imperial, Missouri, right?
That's right.
We're taking some Imperial, Missouri back home to Mississippi to put down in the pure stock. So I'm very thankful for people like Mr. David and Philip who allow me these opportunities. So extremely blessed to have friends and family that reach out to me and make this stuff happen. So we'll get Mr. David real quick to tell us a little brief history on this motor. He built this one and put this one together. And what'd you say? It was a boat motor?
Yep.
So you had it in a boat.
Built it and put it in my boat and pulled it back out and put a 383 in the boat.
So just so that everybody knows, what's the plans with this one since we're so sad to see it
I don't
go?
know yet.
You don't know? Just want another
It
project.
may just sit here.
But I can tell you this, Mr. David, thank you so much, because you are helping me big time to make a lifelong dream come true to run this pure stock. So
We'll come down there and get her going.
oh yeah. So all right, well, we're gonna get some stuff swapped around and then we'll catch you guys before we head out. All right, y'all, so we're wrapping it up. Again, Mr. David, thank you so much. He's gonna keep us up to date when he tears the other motor down, right?
We'll do that.
And we'll see what was really in that engine, and we already know what happened, but at least we'll see what's salvageable in that motor. So, all right, well, we're going to enjoy the dome. My birthday's tomorrow, so y'all are going to be seeing this way after.
21.
35, that's right. But
Still a baby.
we're going to do a separate dome video, so y'all will see that too. So, we'll catch you back in South Mississippi. And now where do we come? Show everybody. We're at Uncle Travis's gym, aren't we?
He bought it.
He bought this big gym. This is 949 Powerlifting. If y'all want to come check it out, if you're in the Lebanon, is it Missouri?
No.
Lebanon, Illinois area. So we're going to get us a quick workout in, and then where are we headed? To the dome.
Yep.
All right. See if I can lift 20 pounds.
You're doing it. Do a 30.
30?
Do a 30.
One hand?
No.
How about a 40 with one hand?
Oh my gosh.
All right, what about a 50 with one hand?
Yeah.
90 pounds.
That's cool.
With one hand.
90 pounds of one hand. Guys, that is cool. Yep.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do 100. You ready?
You did it! You did 100! Do 110! Dad, do all the way to 200. Dad, stop.
Hold on, watch your fingers.
210. Go all the way to 210.
Okay, you ready?
Oh no. 210! Got it to 210 pounds!
Max the machine out.
Guys, Papa Travis said he did a 210 pounds. He's 210 right now. Show him 210. 210 pounds. He's doing 210 pounds.
All right.
Let me talk to him.
All right, front straightaway coming your way. All right, we're going to go one more lap like this, and then we're going to make it really fun. So one more time. Everybody get live. Coming at you, turn one. Back straightaway coming at you. Coming at you.
You need some of these bolts? So we're back in South Mississippi. Are you cold? I hated to wave goodbye, if y'all caught that. I just showed you Ryan loving the wave, but I hated to wave goodbye to St. Louis. Man, what a trip, right?
Yeah, that was a good
Friday we drove, what was it, 10 hours? Got to Mr. David's house. You guys saw that. Got to see some deer. picked up a bunch of cool stuff. I officially got to meet Mr. David, saw the 65 car, went to the Dome, celebrated my birthday, and then turned around and drove 10 and a half more hours back Sunday. So here we are Tuesday, and we unloaded. So we left Friday with a blown motor. That was sad to see, and we got home with a beautiful motor, right?
Yep.
So this thing is almost practically brand spanking new. I cannot thank Mr. David enough for this, right? I mean, I got 10 times better of a deal than he did. And the cool part about it is like me and Dad were talking to him about, he's going to tear that other one down, right?
Yeah, and let us know what all was in it.
Okay, so we can figure out what was in it.
It was like a $100,000 motor. To be honest, we was gonna run pure stock.
It was
Probably
definitely,
just cranked it up, let it idle, and hit too much nitrous to it.
yep, it was definitely not a pure stock motor.
No.
For sure. It was definitely a built motor. But on the positive side, Mr. David also gave me an oil pan, and he gave me an intake. And I don't know if I showed this. I didn't go back and watch the video. He gave me a set of heads. And so these, me and Dad were talking, are just the old stock Chevy heads. But I have a set of Vortec that I'm trying to figure out if that's what I want to go with. Been talking to Mr. Steve Edens and a couple of people, and they're telling me that is definitely what we want to throw on here. So if that is the case, me and Dad are going to get to tearing down them heads, seeing if we need valves. I know for a fact I got to buy some rockers or lifters, hydraulic lifters.
Yep.
So we got to get lifters for this. If we decide to go with the Vortec heads, I've got to get an intake. We got springs that Mr. David gave us, and this thing is practically brand new. It's got everything in it that the bottom end needs to accept the heads. And so once we get that done, I feel personally, what do you feel, that I should be ready for the 2024 season now? I mean, that was
We'll race it at one time this year.
for sure, at least, or no, next year, 2024.
24.
So I will for sure have that ready and together. So tonight we're going to go down to the FFR shop, and my engine stands are down there. And so we've got to go down there and get my engine stand because Austin's using it for the SCDRA engine. And so we're going to go down there and get that so that I can get this thing on a stand, get it unwrapped, get it prepped and ready, make sure I keep it clean. And then once we get them heads pretty much done, we bolt the heads on, bolt the intake on, put it back in the car, right?
Water pump.
Water pump. Well, I've got all that stuff cellophane wrapped up. So
Yeah, I think y'all put a new one on.
So we'll discuss that. But overall, you guys can see now we got us a power plant. And so that's the best part about this whole entire thing is that we've got a power plant. So I'm happy as all get out for that. As you guys can see, I've got an empty shop. I've been doing a lot of organizing.
I don't know what he considers empty.
I'm talking about there's nothing here. So I've got a lot of space.
Yeah, in this one spot.
Yeah, well, it'll close up quick. But I've been doing a lot of organizing, building me some shelves, getting everything ready so that we can do these heads right here on this table. Got my On For You light situated up there. So I just want to give us a really good clean spot to do some heads. So
Hey, Ryan, just to let you know, I ordered my rod, I guess,
grinding.
my rod scales to get them all balanced.
Oh, yeah. The bearings.
No, I ordered the whole kit.
Oh.
Ryan Crescent,
Trezin.
Trezian. Ryan, I'm just call you Ryan, because he's like my son, because he got great ideas.
Yeah,
I need to go check him out. But I ordered that kit that you told everybody to order. I just got to put it together here pretty soon. So
That's cool.
I'll send you a picture of mine so I can balance all my rods.
Overall, though, like we had talked about in the other in the other video, we had an absolute blast at the Dome. I mean, it was incredible. If you guys have never been to the Dome, make sure you go. There's talk even about next year being the last year due to some contracts or financial stuff. But overall, we should have a pure stock motor pretty soon. And once we get this on the stand and I can get my bay cleaned out, and now that I kind of got this weight lifted off my shoulders, we're gonna go get the actual pure stock rolled back in here. We just did and announced that we're doing a build series on how to install Dickinson cages. And we got that wrapped up. I just had to edit that. And so that's an amazing little series coming out. We're been ordering cages like crazy for people. So I'm very thankful that you guys will consider me on that when you order your cage. All right, so it is a Tuesday night. We're wrapping this video up. We got a ton done on the pure stock. We were able to go up to St. Louis, which was phenomenal. We've already talked about that multiple times, but these stragglers stayed back and didn't do much. Why?
We were just wondering where
It's cold.
But we are obviously doing our Tuesday night deal. I haven't been out here in about 6 months. They've been doing all the Tuesday night works. But the cool part is we got the Falcon almost ready to go, and we just installed the motor and transmission in the 4-1. So we are getting stuff wrapped up and prepped for the Shady Brady Wing 200 lap enduro race January 1, 2024 at Why Not Motorsports Park. If you guys are in the area, y'all come check us out. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me and Dad on this pure stock video. I'm pumped about it. Got a lot of stuff to do, and now I've got my engine stand, which is right there, and so I can bring that back to the house and get our engine going and stuff like that. So really cool. I got a shout out to my buddy CJ. He hooked me up with an intake for my Vortec heads and a lot of cool stuff. So got to get some parts ordered. We'll do that soon, and then we'll come back and we'll get to hammering on this pure stock motor, which I'm pumped about. Get the car pulled back in and get the body fixed. So thank you guys so much. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Go and check back on some of our other videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one.